Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our poetry podcast. We have a special guest with us today. If you would like to introduce yourself.
My name's Kory. I go by Kaylee.
All right, Kory, and where are you from? Where are you located?
I'm in Mishawaka, Indiana. It's in the northern part of the state. If you're familiar with the University of Notre Dame, I'm right around there.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. And so we already discussed a little bit about, your social media platforms. So you use Insta and TikTok?
Yep, at the moment I'm just on Instagram and TikTok. I do have a Threads account and Lemonade, but I'm not really active there at this time.
I understand that and get that. Social media is a lot to keep up with.
Yeah.
How long have you been writing?
I've been writing for, the better part of my life, about 25 years now. It's kind of started as a personal escape when I was younger and evolved into something a little more sacred and necessary.
100% get that. It's an escape sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Who actually inspired you to start writing?
Initially it began as a way to deal with emotions that at that age, as a teenager, I just didn't know how to talk about or really deal with. It sort of gave me a space to process what I was feeling when silence didn't feel safe or wasn't enough. So it just sort of became a way to allow myself to grieve when I needed to grieve and remember things, to show love, or just to deal with all the everyday things that I wasn't sure how else to deal with.
I think that all poets and writers can relate to that one 100%, and a lot of people who wish they could write. Who is your biggest inspiration now?
Now, I would say I listen to a lot of music. Music's a big inspiration for me. Lots of different bands, but especially like Radiohead, old Radiohead, Sign Crush's Motorist, Mitski, Sylvia Plath, but then also Ashley Capps is a favorite poet of mine. She was a big inspiration for me. David Dodley, another good poet that means a lot to me. He was a professor of mine. Tolkien, not exactly poetry, but if you're familiar with his work, especially like The Lord of the Rings, a lot of it reads that way.
Well, that's really awesome. I'm going to have to check out some of them because I haven't heard all those names before. So, have you published anything?
I haven't published anything. I've written one book, but it was a private thing I did as a gift for somebody. I am currently working on what would be my first poetry collection for publication, and hopefully I'll have that out sometime later this year.
That sounds exciting. You will definitely have to keep us posted so that we can share that where everybody can purchase that copy, because it is going to be spectacular, I am sure.
I am looking forward to it.
And that is a really sweet and thoughtful gift, writing a whole book for someone, because it takes a lot, puts a lot of time and effort into that. So that person definitely has to feel very lucky, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it was interesting. It took a long time, a lot of effort, but it was also fun.
What do you like to do other than poetry and music?
I spend time I have 2 cats. I have my daughter. She's 11 years old. She'll be 12 this year. She's pretty independent, but, we still like to hang out and do things together. I'm pretty big into movies. Like to watch movies. Like to spend time outside. Play video games every once in a while. I like to read, of course.
That's awesome. What platform do you play video games on?
Xbox, PlayStation, PC.
Like action or like third party shooter? I don't know if I said that right.
I like some shooters. I like story driven games, role playing games, games that let you really explore the world around you and kind of make your own path.
Those sound interesting. My son and my daughter-in-law play a lot of video games. I tried to, but my mind runs 100 miles a minute, 100 different directions between work all day and my poetry, so I actually am looking for an escape from thinking when I'm having free time, so.
That's understandable.
And, like, what genres of poetry do you write? Is there, like, a specific for the most part, or just whatever you're feeling?
Yeah, I mean, whatever I'm feeling, it tends to be almost entirely free verse. Thematically, it typically orbits around themes of grief, heartbreak, nostalgia, identity, longing. A little quiet, melancholy kind of runs throughout a lot of what I write. It can be hopeful though too. It's like you said, it's just kind of whatever I'm feeling at the time. But those seem to be the kind of the norm for me, at least lately.
And what do you hope your readers get from your poetry? Is there like
I hope they get whatever they need from it. I hope they feel something. I hope they can see themselves in it, whether that's comfort or validation or just some strange relief of being understood. Whatever. Everyone needs something different. Everyone's going to interpret differently as well.
That is so true, and I love that response. Absolutely, 100%. So, do you have a passage or two that you would like to read for us today?
Yeah, sure. I'll share a couple of the shorter ones. These are more recent, and I think they do a pretty good job of reflecting my voice as of late. The first one's called Origami. It goes like this. We fold heartache into origami cranes and toss them into storms as if expensive paper can survive lightning, as if yoga undoes rigor mortis. And the second one's called Bioluminescent. There weren't enough raindrops in her sky to drown the memories that refuse to stop smoldering in his once bioluminescent heart. So just a few lines each. Sometimes it's all you need.
Very powerful words. And
Thank you.
I think that everyone can relate to both of those. Very much so.
I hope so.
Is there anything you would like to add today?
No, I'm new to the whole social media thing. I'm new to the whole bringing my writing out in a public fashion like this. I mean, I've been writing, like I said, for 25 years, and I've never really shared it. I mean, I wrote a whole book and just gave it away. So this is all pretty new for me as far as being kind of in the public eye, but it's a little scary at times. But it's also nice and kind of feels good to see people interact, like my work, share it, save it. So it's been a fun experience so far.
Well, I am glad that you are enjoying it, and I am sure that there are going to be many, many readers who follow you. This is really not part of the normal interview process, but as I've been thinking about, how nice it is to conversate with other poets that, I can relate with.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I was wondering if anybody would be interested in maybe having like a session maybe once a month on Saturdays where we just get together and kind of read and discuss poetry together, like a group.
I think that'd be fun.
And,
a little campfire kind of thing.
Yeah, and then, we could record it and share it with the rest of the world so they could get a little piece of many different poets all in one shot, and, we could just kind of relate, or we could just keep it simple and not record it. So.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. Just a little get together, share voices, share stories, maybe learn from each other, get some ideas, workshop a little bit. I think that'd be great.
Awesome. I'll correlate with you more on that. We get some thoughts into it and see what we can come up with, but I'm sure that a lot of people would be interested as long as we can find a schedule that comes together. So
sure.
I have to say it has been a privilege and an honor having you on this podcast. I enjoy reading your poetry on TikTok and now on Insta as well. So definitely hope to keep in touch, and like I said, let us know whenever you do get that published so that we can all buy that book. We're going to be eagerly waiting.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. It's been a pleasure, and I hope we get that fireside put together. I think that'd be a great idea.
We will do so. Thank you everyone for joining, and I hope that you all have an amazing day. Until next time.